So it's been a hot minute since I've actually done any new Unity stuff. I mean, I'll say it's felt like a long time. Actually, it hasn't. It just feels longer because I've been horribly addicted to playing Elden Ring. So enough of that. But so basically, I have added an editor to my dialogue system here. So we've got a little refresh button. I will just go. Basically means that anything that I amend there, I won't have to just go through the long process of having to edit it. I can just change. I can actually change the dialogue objects, which are these here. I can amend these and then basically just click on refresh, and it will amend it accordingly, which is really, really handy. I personally can't see the actual application of it at the moment because still in the process of kind of working my head around this dialogue system. But I also have a system in place to chain dialogue events. So you may notice here, so I've got my positive response, which can be anything really, it doesn't have to be a positive response, a negative response as well, so like yes and no, and then I've got one that just says I'm done, which closes the end of the dialogue. That could also be any type of dialogue object. That could be so I can string a whole dialogue system together. So I'm not just kind of having a yes no conversation. I could have various different types of responses for the player character to receive back from the NPCs. So right, so I have made a little bit. Do you know what? For the dialogue, I will actually show you exactly how many bloody scripts are required. So, okay, I've got my editor now. So now in Unity, you need to have, if you're going to have an editor, which is basically the refresh button part that's in the inspector. This is the inspector here. Everything needs to have a folder called editor, and inside the editor folder, I have basically a dialogue response events editor, which is there. So it actually inherits from the editor itself. So this really doesn't sound like it makes any sense. I kind of understand it. So anyway, I digress. Regarding the dialogue system that I've got in place, I've got a dialogue activator, I've got a dialogue object, I've got dialogue response events, I've got dialogue UI. This all requires an interactable object. So I've got that, I've got the response, I've got response events and a response handler. That is how many? So just for the dialogue alone, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got nine separate scripts just for a dialogue system. I'm sure there is going to be an easier way of doing this, but I believe there is actually a package that I can download, which I will at some point, and I will play around with that. But at the moment, for the dialogue that I need and I want to implement, this is okay. This is fine. It works. So, as an example, we'll go back to my little cyberpunky thing here. I really need to sort out this. So I've got a null exception there, but it doesn't really matter because it doesn't really cause the game to crash or anything, so it's fine. And I can still walk through this guy because I know I'm really fast as well, like this, really, really fast. Okay, so if I just go inside his the radius, talk to this guy. So yeah, we've got this dialogue in place, and it animates really nice. All the punctuations there, and I go to yes. You said yes. Yeah, I know this is really basic conversation. Doesn't mean anything. But then afterwards, we've got afterwards we've also got a separate one. Okay, I'm done, which is like finishes that conversation off, and it means that I can now chain entire lines of dialogue and responses together. It's not going to be simple. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take a lot of work. But at least it can be done now. So originally I only had like just a kind of yes or no response. It's like kind of like a binary response. But now I can string entire lines of dialogue together. So yeah, so that's what I've got so far. I am going to be implementing some of the stuff I learned previously. I'm going to be doing some. I'm going to make a gun. So that's going to be my next thing, and then I'm going to try and actually start work on actually making a proper game. I've got an idea in my head. It's very basic. I am going to try and cut corners where possible. So the general idea is you guys kind of go on a linear path, and the only reason why it's so I don't have to actually draw like other buildings here. I can just have buildings at the top, similar to like Streets of Rage. So you've just got a background, yeah, and you know you can go up and stuff, but like it's literally just going to be like a series of long roads where you fight enemies. And I know it sounds really basic and crap, but you know it's a start, I suppose. And I also need to sort out the camera. And I think what I'll do as well next is when you are we'll do something like some visual feedback. So when you have this whole dialogue system, maybe the camera zooms in or something. So I will do that. I think I'll do that next, as well as maybe work on the whole gun system, which I've already done before. I did that with like the bow and arrow, but you know, in this case it's going to be, so yeah, there is a bit of a null exception there. It doesn't like it, and oh, and it's crashed. Oops, let's try that again. So, did it work? Yep. And I'm done. Yep. Oh, yeah, there's something wrong there. There has been. So yeah, it worked a moment ago, and I don't know what's happened now. Yeah, so I need to go back through that and just try and. I think it's a case of nice background, isn't it? Yeah, I think I need to sort this out. I need to do something here. Yeah, that's what am I doing? I'll finish this video. Done. Sorted.